What the heck did I just watch? I mean, I know the game ended I don't know, like an hour ago maybe. But seriously, what was that? Was that even a football game or was that just practice for the Buccaneers? Like, also, great job, Tom Brady, on winning an absolutely meaningless Super Bowl. Literally, the only reason you won is because of all those stupid ass penalties on the Chiefs. The Chiefs. They should have gotten. Are you serious here? Like, every single time that the Chiefs were on defense and the Buccaneers have the ball, like, seriously, I almost called the Buccaneers the Patriots because these are basically the Patriots. Tom Brady pretty much brought the Patriots' success over to Tampa Bay. So, like, it's already gotten to the point where I almost call them the Patriots because they're doing the exact same thing as the Patriots did. Great job on an absolutely meaningless Super Bowl. So anyway, I was gonna say the Buccaneers had the ball. Like, it was like one certain drive in the second half. The Chiefs got like 4 flags thrown at them. They got like 4 penalties thrown at them for doing. What did they do? Like, seriously. They were called for pass interference when the. Like, I don't remember which player it was, but like the ball was like 15 yards in front of him. There was no way he was gonna catch it. So after the Chiefs guy behind him barely grazed his back just a little bit, he fell. They were called for pass interference, and the Buccaneers ended up, I believe, scoring a touchdown in that one. I'm pretty sure that he was not going to fall down. He was not going to fall down. So he fell down on purpose to get them all the way up into, I believe, the red zone for doing absolutely nothing. So he fell down, made it look like that Chiefs guy behind him tackled him before he could get to the ball that was 15 yards in front of him. Yeah, that was such a great play. Oh my god. And then later in that same drive, like, the Buccaneers were about to score a touchdown, and they were about to score a touchdown. Like, no, they weren't even about to score a touchdown. Like, the ball, once again, it was almost into the stands. That's how far away it was thrown. And the Chiefs guy behind him, once again, barely even touched the guy in front of him, and then tackled him and made it look like pass interference, when there was no way he was gonna catch the ball in the first place. Every single Super Bowl that Tom Brady wins takes all of the legitimacy out of this game. Like, seriously. He's won like every other year since 2014. He's won every other year since 2014, I believe. Every single Super Bowl that this piece of crap wins just takes the legitimacy out of, like, one of the biggest sports events of the entire year in America. That was not a football game. That was practice for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Oh yeah, all those stupid penalties on the Chiefs for absolutely no reason. They were called offsides at one point when literally nobody was offsides. But I swear to God, that's another thing. The referees are biased against Tom Brady. I mean, I don't know how they couldn't have rigged this game. It was Tom Brady going for his 7th Super Bowl, playing for the Buccaneers when the Buccaneers were playing in Tampa. How could they not have rigged this game for them? How could they not have rigged this game? This entire sport is rigged. I swear to God. The Chiefs had a way better record going into the playoffs than the Buccaneers. I mean, it wasn't that big, but it was still bigger. Like, the Chiefs won, like, they lost only, like, 2 games the entire season. Tampa lost 5. Like, really? And also, Rob Gronkowski, what the heck are you doing? Why did you have to come out of retirement just to play with Tom Brady at a different team? What, did you think they weren't? The only reason they did this good was because of you. There was no reason to come out of retirement after your season was over. Not only that, you were going into the WWE, but instead you decided to pull out of the WWE and go back into the NFL to play with Tom Brady at Tampa. There was no reason to do that. I swear to God, the Buccaneers this year are, and probably for the next couple of years, are basically just going to be the Patriots playing in Florida. There's a reason the thumbnail of this video is the Patriots logo with the Tampa Bay colors. Because that's pretty much what this team is. It's just the Patriots playing in Florida. I mean, at least the NFC won another Super Bowl. I mean, at least the NFC won the Super Bowl, instead of the AFC who had won it the last few years. But of course, the NFC team had to rig the game to win. There is no reason that they should have been that good as they were this year. And once again, every single Super Bowl that this piece of crap Tom Brady wins just sucks all the legitimacy out of the Super Bowl. Because, like, Tom Brady has like a 25% greater chance at winning the Super Bowl than any other team in the league. Especially when he's with Gronkowski. Like, the only reason he didn't make the Super Bowl last year, I bet, is because Gronkowski wasn't on the team. And he so-called retired, even though he came back the next year just to play with Tom Brady. I'm still pissed off about that. And, like, I just hate every single thing about Tom Brady. I hate him so much because he takes everything out of the sport that I enjoy. He takes everything out of football that I enjoy and makes it bad. I swear, I don't think I'll watch another football game until he retires. Watch, he's probably gonna win his 8th title next year and then immediately retire. Along with Gronkowski. And the Buccaneers will probably not even make the playoffs. Because that's how it is that's how it's gonna be. That's how it's going to be. The only reason the Buccaneers were that good was because of him. And also they got Antonio Brown for absolutely no reason. I mean, I thought Antonio Brown's career was over, but no, he just had to team up with Tom Brady, and they had to go and dominate the Super Bowl. I mean, they didn't even dominate the entire regular season. They were like a midfield. They were like midway in the standings. They didn't even win the division. They just waited to do everything after the They just waited to do everything after the regular season. They had to make sure they were in the playoffs, just barely, and they just had to, like, climb their way through, because they just because they wanted to. Like, they wanted to make it look like they didn't have a chance to win the Super Bowl, and then they go up and win the Super Bowl. Why? Why does this have to happen? Why do you have to do this? You don't. That's the question. That's the answer to that question. You don't. I don't think I'm going to watch another football game until Tom Brady retires. Because I don't know if there's any point in watching it, to be honest. Because you know that Tom Brady's gonna he's gonna win the Super Bowl, or at least he's gonna make it to the Super Bowl. Like, I don't know how the Eagles won in 2017, I think it was. Honestly, I remember. Also, I mean, for the rest of the game, I mean, the commercials were pretty decent, except for they showed a Paramount commercial like every commercial break, so that was pretty annoying. The halftime show was actually pretty good. Like, I liked the halftime show. Like, at least The Weeknd actually sung instead of used a stupid, crappy, like, lip syncing instead. Like, you recognize all the people that are singing in the Thanksgiving Day Parade. You can tell that they're just lip syncing. It's so easy to tell. But The Weeknd can actually, sing in front of a crowd of people. So, I'll give him a thumbs up for that. I think the halftime show was the best part of the Super Bowl this year. And it usually isn't for me. Like, I mean, that was the only thing about this Super Bowl that kept it from being better than 2018. Where the Patriots played the Rams and absolutely nothing happened in that game. Well, nothing happened in this game either. I mean, it was a complete blowout. And also, the commercials were pretty decent. I liked that one that Ryan Newman was in, like the Guaranteed Rate commercial. That one was a pretty good commercial. Even though it wasn't, like, specifically trying to be funny, like some of the other commercials. But yeah, still. But the playing, like the actual game itself, oh my god, that was a waste of time. I wasted 4 hours of my life today watching that game. After the Buccaneers started scoring their first touch, after they scored their first touchdown of the game, I knew that it was over. Okay, so, in conclusion of this video, the NFL is rigged, And Tom Brady needs to get the heck out of this sport, or it's just not a sport. Bye.